Hello, Chumripso. Hi, everyone. My name is Dara. I work with 47 artists and 70 staff in Phare Performing Social Enterprise, in which we operate for the Cambodian Circus, a daily performance venue here in Siem Reap, Cambodia, and Phare Production International, where we create shows. We tour around Cambodia and around the world. Like now we are going in November to Latohu in Montreal, and in December to New Victory Theater, the New 42 in December in New York. Phare is an incredible family of organizations. Apart from the circus I just told you, we also operate Phare Creative Studio that we produce meaningful Cambodian contents for social behavior change communication campaigns for awareness building and helping Cambodians to adopt new and more healthy and better behaviors and habits in their daily lives. We work with many great partners and development organizations in Cambodia. The family of organizations mean also our mother organization, which is based in Battambang, who will be celebrating 30 years anniversary next year. It is an association that I was a student in, who welcome more than 1,200 students every year to learn formal education and informal education, as well as creative and cultural art education. So the formal education means from kindergarten to high school. Informal education means literacy classes, mobile library, and additional courses to support the students who come from difficult socio-economic background. The artistic education includes the visual and applied art schools and performing arts. I have the incredible pleasure of being with the organization for the past 10 years after I was a student there in the early 2000s. Now, Phare, the name itself, the word itself, is a Cambodian borrowed word, the Khmer. The Khmer is Cambodian language. Khmer word borrowed from French. It means brightness, bright light. So Phare Punlu Salapak, the name of the mother organization, means brightness of the art. Phare itself is also an acronym given by the original founders, 10 of them. One of them is the art therapy teacher, Nekru, teacher, guru, Veronique de Crop, and 9 young Cambodians. If anybody speaks French, Phare is an acronym also from Patrimoine humain des arts pour les réfugiés et leurs enfants. Human patrimony of the arts for the refugee and their children. The words refugee and children are very important and key to our history, DNA, and raison d'être. Because the 9 original founders and their teacher, the teacher were going through refugee camps and giving lessons in painting and drawing to young Cambodians as a form of healing and expression as art as a therapy. Phare has always created shows. In 2001, I was a student in Phare, and we toured around Cambodia in the areas where the Khmer Rouge just left part of Cambodia. Even in the early 2000s, part of Cambodia were still under the control of the Khmer Rouge, which means the population in the region did not receive the mainstream education and radio and TV and media from the mainland Cambodia, which means they did not understand how to protect themselves from some of social issues and health issues at that time, including dengue fever, malaria, landmines, and landmines were everywhere in the country. And still today, some part of the country is still covered by landmines. And most importantly, HIV/AIDS. The people didn't know how to protect themselves and how to get support in the case of contracting this virus. Since then, the organization continued to prosper. 10 years ago, they started to create a social enterprise that I lead with the artists and the team here. They have always created shows and toured around Cambodia. And from 2003, toured around Europe, mainly France, in the scope of social circus. Now, with the creation of the social enterprise, Phare also create very professional and creative performances for our big top in Siem Reap and for festivals and art centers and venues around the world. White Gold is one of the example. When Phare create shows, they are normally inspired artists' real life story or real life experiences and relationship with what their realities are on a daily basis, coming from difficult social and economic background and experiences growing up as children and youth in Cambodia. What are their experiences today and the past? What are their relationship with the society, with what is happening around them? Some of the shows that we create are also inspired by Cambodian folk and stories. Some shows we have real life stories of our co-founders. Soka, for example. White Gold specifically was a creation with the theme of this theme, incepted by the collaborators, the artistic director, and the artists themselves. I include myself as a producer into the process. And this means the artistic director Hon Bun Thun, who was the first generation of student in Phare and now became a director, a writer, a stage creator, stage director, artistic leader who will be leading the tour to Montreal and New York as well this time. Bun Thun plus the artist and our collaborator Xavier Gobang from Okja Production and Phare Performing Social Enterprise, me, incepted the idea of this creation, inspired by the challenges and that the artist, including myself, including the director, and general Cambodians are facing today, which is the fast development of this country, social and economics, and the challenges that it comes with, in which artists were growing up with limited means since they were young. Even they get to perform with Phare, they get very little returns in terms of economic benefits because of the context at that time. Like if they go to perform in a school, they may get some books and some crayons, some pencils in exchange. They may get very little money, and that's fine. That they were children, and this is social circus tour. But when we created the social enterprise 10 years ago, the artist has very professional setting of work environment, professional contracts with very clear payment schedule, payment scheme, payment table, and then on a daily basis, everybody else in Cambodia are also developing very fast, economically and socially. And therefore the mindset have to be educated and developing fast at the same time as well. So the artists and the general population of Cambodia, especially those who come from low socio-economic means, are faced with strong dilemma of enjoying the consumerism and capitalism system that we have today, and the balance between the moderation of finding the middle path of making income and spending and all the material world that is presented to us today. For example, in Cambodia today, you can buy everything on credit, phones. You can buy any single thing on credit, which without a very good education and understanding about how credit works and how they can make sure they don't fall into the debt trap and their life really can be developed thanks to their income, is a challenge in the country today. So White Gold was incepted with that social dilemma, social issues that we have today faced by us, the Cambodians, and we wanted to present this on stage by using some very creative concepts. We use the main elements of creative presentation in the performance with rice as the representation of wealth in this show. Rice is a staple in Cambodia. We have nearly 20 words to describe rice in different steps of rice life, even afterlife. The word, did you have lunch or dinner or meal or breakfast? It's always, did you eat rice? It's a daily staple. It's very important. And that's why it is understood in our culture, in Cambodian culture, that rice is white gold. The presentation of the show has the rice in different elements in the performance in a creative and surprising way, where the rice are shown and presented on stage with respect, because the rice we use are meant for not human consumptions in this performance, and they are recycled in every shows. There are lots of Cambodian cultural elements in this performance. The daily equipments that are used for rice production and cooking and at home materials are on stage presented in this performance. And many other elements that I won't spoil the surprises. Now, why the US? Why this particular performance is significant as our not premiere? Well, it's the premiere, the North American premiere of White Gold, but not Phare premiere. We toured the USA 3 times before this, but perhaps this time it is very significant and a milestone and an historical event in our 30 years of Phare Punun Salapak, the school, and 10 years of Phare social enterprise history of creating, selling a professional, creative circus production, contemporary circus, theater circus production that is touring all around the world this time, with great success in France, now in North America, and right after North America, we're going to Australia with the same performance. And very significant because Phare as a history, as an organization, has been very well known in the development world and artistic world as social circus organization. Now it's the next page and next step in our life as a professional creator of shows, of professional shows. White Gold is probably one of our most theatrical, conceptual, and creation so far. And we hope to push boundaries, push ourselves in the field of creativity, in the field of experimentation, allowing our artists to have the most free mind and context and expression as much as they can, to be as creative as they can be, which is not always the case of a creative process in our context, because our shows, though are inspired by social issues, as I said, and a real life story of the artist, need to be commercially successful in the market that we have in the big top in Siem Reap with daily performances. We have to find a very fine balance between our entertaining element of our production and the creative element and storytelling that we want to tell. Now, for the Cambodians, we are storytellers. We tell stories that are meaningful, that matter to us, that is important to us today, and that is important for the world, for people around the world. With this production, touring around the world, especially in North America this time, we hope our friends, our audiences in North America get to learn more about Cambodia, about what it means to be us, to be Cambodians, about our experiences, about what we went through, and as an education to everybody to learn from what we went through, and to be better human being, to be better person, to take away the values of the way of life, of the way of thinking, and choose what is best for humanity, what is best for all of us to coexist, to live in harmony. As Cambodia is a small and not rich country, but we have so much to offer to everybody around the world. Small and less powerful country and people does not mean irrelevant. We are all important and relevant, and we all have something to share, to learn, to exchange from each other. So we hope you'll receive a great welcome and contributions from our spectators and audiences and friends in North America. Another mission that we have is to help everybody learn about Phare, about the incredible contribution of 30 years that Phare, the organizations, has done in this country. And not only in this country, because Phare is a very important role model, an example in the region of Southeast Asia and Asia as well. We have been a very active member of our creative and circus, contemporary circus communities. So we hope that the story of Phare, the inspiration that Phare can bring, helps people in post-conflict countries or country in post-conflict today to have hope like what we have, like Cambodia, where how far we have come as people and country, and we continue to learn from each other and inspire each other through all our engagements. Phare Circus, Phare Creative Studio, Phare Pondesal Park is an incredible group of people. We are family to each other. We have a saying in Khmer, in Cambodian, in Khmer, នៅផ្ទះម្ដាយទីតីនៅព្រៃម្ដាយតែមួយ When we are at home, we have different mothers. When we are in the forest, we have one common mother. That is a very strong proverb in Khmer, which says that teamwork is when we work together, when we come together from different paths of life, from different homes, from different contexts, from different experiences, from different upbringing, but we are together. And now we are one family. We have one same mother. They are my family. And I hope the Cambodian smiles, our teamwork, our solidarity is evident when you meet the Cambodians and when you see them, if you get to talk to them before the performance or after, or when you see them perform on stage. And that's what we would like to bring to you at the audiences. Phare has done so much in this society. The values of the arts, the intrinsic, the instrumental, the social contribution of the arts and the artists in the Cambodian society is yet to be acknowledged, to be valued, to be accepted, to be understood, actually. The context is that we lost so much during the conflict. And therefore, the level of acknowledgement or understanding or acceptance of the contribution and values of the artist and the art into our society is still on the stage of development. And this means we still need to engage with outside of Cambodia. We still need support to help us continue to do what we do, to do the best that we can do, and to also go out of our context and support other countries, other organizations, especially countries in conflict and post-conflict. And we are sure that we can do so much together. So I thank you for listening, and I hope you will get all the Khmer smiles from us, and we will continue to learn and engage with each other. Thank you very much.